What's going on, guys? JB Lion back with another video today, and we are talking about the Chelsea vs Burnley game. And oh my god, what a very frustrating, annoying game it was. Obviously, before we get into any of these videos, we do say please do hit the like button, and if you're new around here, hit the sub button and hit the bell icon so you know when I upload all my videos. But let's just get straight into this. Obviously, it wasn't a very good game, but before we get into it, I do want to talk about a situation that kind of happened after the game. I'll post a little picture up here of one of the messages that poor Wesley Fofana received after the game. I just think, this is absolutely disgraceful. I think, I'm not a political person. I don't like to bring politics into the video. But when you're seeing stuff like this, players don't deserve this. They don't deserve this sort of comments they're getting. It has nowhere in football. It doesn't have a stand in football. It doesn't describe Chelsea fans. It makes us look like we're an awful fan base. Obviously, it's hard to not tarnish everyone with the same brush, but to see comments like that and to see Wesley Fofana going through that is absolutely disgraceful and awful. And obviously, given what we had midweek as well with the Benfica game against Real Madrid, it has no place in football, but unfortunately, it still does happen on a daily occurrence for footballers, and they still unfortunately have to go through this stuff. And yeah, it shouldn't stand. So obviously, do feel sorry for Wesley Fofana. Giving him all my thoughts, because you should not have to go through that. What you've had to go through, and those messages are absolutely disgraceful. And like I said, it doesn't describe Chelsea as a fan base, but people will obviously start to tarnish it with the same brush. I hate to start this video like this negative way, but I feel like something had to be said, because it is absolutely disgraceful that this went on and that poor Wesley Fofana was subjected to that. I think it's it's awful. It is absolutely disgraceful. And like I said, I hope Chelsea came out with a statement and stuff, but yeah, it is awful. But yeah, let's just get straight into the game then. So the game did end 1-1. Obviously, we did look really good. We looked really confident. We was dominating across the board. We basically dominated the whole game. We had, a good amount of shots. We had good possession of the ball. We got the goal through João Pedro. Great, pass through by Caicedo to Pedro Neto, who then slammed it across to João Pedro, tapped it home. We had plenty of chances to score. We just didn't make them count. Palmer, he looked really good today. He did look a little bit like there was a few chances he had, and I agree with what people saying. The old Palmer would have potentially taken those chances, and I do agree with that. I think the old Palmer probably would have taken those chances, but it's no excuse. We should have done better. We should have definitely, not just on Palmer, it's on everyone. We should have all taken those opportunities to score, and nobody did. And then obviously late on, Burnley did get a goal through Fleming. Obviously, Liam Rossini has come out and said there was some defensive, somebody was given that job to defend him, and he didn't. Obviously, that player being Andre Santos, who's been absolutely playing amazingly lately. Obviously one mistake happened. Obviously, Fofana did get sent off for a second yellow card that he shouldn't have done. It was a very silly mistake, and I think he knows that. But like I said at the start of the video, to receive hate and abuse like that is just disgusting. But yeah, overall we had a really good game. We had some really positive things, but as usual, we just didn't make it count. We've now dropped, I think, 19 points. And it's just a disgrace. We should be doing better for trying to get to top 4. It's not looking good. We need to win these sorts of games against Burnley. No disrespect to him, they did well to obviously get back into it. But when you've got Fleming, who's he's quite well known for his aerial ability, and we just let him do that, it's just crazy. And like I said, considering the position Burnley are in, they're in 19th. They're pretty much, I'd say, relegated, potentially not, but pretty much they are at this point. And yeah, we just let them basically get a goal in, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. We should have done so much better there. You know, like I said, Liam Senior can come out and say it was somebody's job or whatever, but tactically, it's not good enough. Obviously, we hired a set-piece coach from Brentford or whatever it was. Obviously, we were doing better at set-pieces. We're scoring more and we were more dangerous on them. But other than that, our defensive on the set-pieces is absolutely poor. Like I said, Cole Palmer had a good game. He was starting to look back to himself. Obviously, he wasn't happy about being subbed, which, you know, but somebody does have to be subbed off in that thing, you know, in that position. A defender has to come on. But what I didn't get is he bring on four defenders. Like, I get we're 1-0 up, you're trying to see the game out and stuff like that, but, you know, you're bringing on one defender in the 75th minute, Tosin, which is fine. Then you're bringing on Hato in the 80th. Then you're bringing on Sarr in the 88th. Then you're bringing on Achimpong in the 89th. You're just basically bringing on all these defenders to sit and hope for a 1-0. I kind of get it, but I don't at the same time. How can we have 5 defenders on the pitch but still concede from a set piece? It's an absolute joke. You know, like I said, we did do good, but we just wasn't. You know, these are the games, like I said, we need to win. If we want to win things, or if we want to be in the top 4, we need to win. Obviously, now we're hoping that United basically lose on Monday. Is it Monday they play? Yeah, they play Everton on Monday. So we're hoping United lose on Monday, just keeping that top 4. But we shouldn't be doing that. We should be playing good enough football to hold on to these results. But yeah, it was just one of those very frustrating games overall, and I just don't think it was good for anyone. Obviously, let's get into the part of the video where we talk about our good players and our negative players. So obviously, negative, you could say Fofana for getting sent off, but other than when he got sent off, I felt like he did have a good game. I don't think anyone really had an awful game, so I'm not going to do a negative player. Obviously, the good player, there was obviously honourable mentions, like I said, Palmer played really well, João Pedro played well, but their main good player was Pedro Neto. Again, he played really well today. He looked a lot more confident after that hat-trick he scored. Looks a lot more confident, a lot more happier, and yeah, he's just starting to play like we know Pedro Neto can play. So it was really good to see. He got an assist. And yeah, he was probably our best player yesterday. Like I said, we should have done so much better. Should have scored more goals. But it is a case of what could have been, what we should have done. But it's too late now. We just got to get on with it, push forward, go on to the next game. I think our next game isn't until next weekend now. Yeah, next Sunday. It's a massive one. We have Arsenal. Obviously, like I said, it would have been great to get a win against Burnley, really push on to that Arsenal game. But yeah, we just didn't in the end. So it wasn't good for us. But yeah, we got Arsenal next weekend. So that will definitely be a juicy game. And then the game after, we have Aston Villa, which is definitely another juicy game because we know they're basically 2 need-to-win games to keep our top 4 hopes alive. But it will definitely be interesting to see. Like I said, sorry about the negativity in this video, but like it has to be said, you know, it does really annoy me as a fan when other fans do stuff like what they've done to Wesley Fofana, and then it tarnishes everyone with the same brush because it's not the truth. Obviously, there's fans out there who are not like this, but it just makes us as a football club look like that sort of thing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've been JB Lion. Like I always say, if you're new around here, hit the sub button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And I'll see you dudes, dudettes, and everyone else in the next video. Peace, guys. Woo! Up the Chelsea.